This is the map overview for DoD FC. FC stands for Flash Classic. This is the original Flash before a new version was made for the retail release. Um, it doesn't look a lot like the retail version, but you can see some similarities. Uh, when you come out of the spawn, you can see the blown out house on the right. That's similar to the way it is on the other Flash. The main difference between this Flash and the retail release one is you still have the main road, and here's the middle flag going up the main road, but there's only one side alley, back alley, whatever you want to call it, and that's this way. So both the Axis and the Allies fight over this tunnel. So there's just one back alley. There's not a one on the other side. There's not that crisscross pattern like there is in the current Flash. So from a quick overview point, that's the Axis spawn house, and there's their one flag, and then that's goes towards the back alley. Here's the street flag, and then coming back down the street, there's the other entrance to the back alley, and then the Allies one's back here next to their spawn house. One thing that is fairly unfortunate about the spawn houses is if you're lucky, you'll spawn up front. Here's on the ally side, but if you're unlucky, you'll spawn down here in the basement, and you'll have to work your way up the ladder and out, which can really delay your approach. The Axis have the same issue with their spawn. If you're lucky, you'll spawn in the upper part of the house, and you'll be able to come right out by the one flag and work your way in. But all the way around back is a basement where you can also spawn. So depending on if you spawn in the basement or up in the house on the Allies or the Axis side can make a huge difference on how quickly you get to the various flags on the map. The doors are one-sided. Allies can't walk through the Axis doors and vice versa. But there is spawn protection. If you do happen to sneak in, it will kill you. There's not much back here other than the basement door. Here's the Axis one. Sometimes in pubs, snipers will stand back here. You might be able to go back here with a K98. When you're down to your last flag, there'll be lots of nades coming from around that corner, bouncing off this wall, trying to roll back here. A lot of them will get caught up by this sandbag, but sometimes they might bounce past if you throw a pretty good nade, blow people up. Sometimes the heavies or autos might sit back here, or even the rifles to try and shoot people as they run by to get the one flag. If you're lucky and you're all wiped, maybe someone will respawn quick enough to get out here and shoot the guy before they cap out. There's this little hole here by this mid house. Enemies can get up there to shoot in towards the Axis. So you can also nade out of there, nade into there. Some spots the Allies will sit. Autos might prone here. Got this cover of the street curb. I don't recommend proning here. You'll probably get naded pretty poorly. Back here is an OP spot for the Allied Garands. You can sit right here, and you're really hard to see because the Allied models of the tan and light green colors really blend with that wall. So you can see really well with the dark wall and the red wall contrast here. You can see the people popping out, but it's really hard for them to notice you. But, I mean, they can pre-spam this area if they, know you're here. There's only so many places you can be. You can't really see over that wall. They can't really get up any higher, so they'll kind of know you're here, but you're pretty hard to see there. Speaking of hard to see, I don't really recommend going back here, but you can kind of hide in here, shoot someone in the back. There's lots of little hiding spots. There's this White House here overlooks the mid flag, but you can also watch this corner as an ally. Shoot the Axis as they come around, or an Axis can get in here and shoot the people coming down the street and still be able to rotate back and cover the back alley exit there. Continuing up the mid street, we'll revisit the back alley in a little bit. There's this hole here, very similar to the holes on Thunder or Donner. These crater holes are pretty common on Zarent's maps, Flash and Donner. Um, there's also this sandbag. You can stand here. It's a pretty good spot. Up the stairs is a pretty good spot. If you got an auto, you can kind of crouch, kind of hide yourself in the bars. These are just like invisible bars. You just shoot right through them. Not invisible, but the bullets go right through them. They don't absorb anything. This is that house above the Axis 1, this red house. If you see nades coming in, you can quickly duck back in here. You can fall out of here to, once you kill a bunch, to kind of sprint up there and try and get the one. Working our way further down the street. Some people might hide here by the tree, wait for the others to turn the corner. So in addition to this being a nade fest this direction, and nades coming back to this corner from the other direction, off the start, there's going to be nades coming here and nades going there, because this is the corner the Allies are turning. So there'll be lots of nades going back and forth at either end of the street. There's a V house up here, crack house, that people can hide in with their Garands, trying to get you turning the corner. Once you get up to here, this is the road to the Allies 1. You can use this sandbag with Canadians. You can pick off a lot of people there, or you can stand back here, but the shot's a little harder because you're just seeing the tops of their heads, so you might want to move up to the sandbag. The autos might be able to use this little lip here to hide behind, or even wait for them to turn the corner and sit here like this. One good spot, this goes to the back alley, but there's this hole in the fence, so you could probably easily get one kill here before they start trying to spam you through the wood, which they will do. You'll definitely get spammed through the wood, but you could probably definitely get a kill before they notice you there. Another crater. You can prone here really well to pick off a few as they turn the corner. You can hide up in here, wait for some people to walk by. It might be take a little nade damage if they're chucking nades down here, trying to get nades to that corner. Here's that the crack house. You can go up top. Got a little coverage to the back alley, but you also can look out this V crack to try and prevent the people from turning the corner. You can change up your angle so they can't make it a little harder for them to pre-fire you as they poke out. This ruined house here, if you get pushed up out of back alley, you can sit here and wait for your teammates if they're still working on mid. So there's like a 2v2 fight over there, and you snuck from back alley. You might be able to get back here or get in here and ninja, or you can sit in here and mow down a whole bunch. There's also this side over here. They probably won't be the first place the Allies look. They're probably not going to come up here. They'd be worried about people come from here or here. They're probably not going to swing around and check there too often. So that's another good spot. If you cap the one, you can use these sandbags as cover to shoot the people, or even back up into here. Like I said, the doors are going to be Allies only, so you can't go through the doors, but you can camp the doors. Use this little pole to camp. I really wouldn't recommend going up in any of these ruined houses. They're kind of useless for the gameplay, but you never know. All right, we'll show you the back alley now. On both sides of the back alley, if there's like a circular shape. On the Ally side, they have a gate here, which the Axis will, be waiting for you to open it so they can mow you down. May even be sitting here waiting for you. So that's a risky proposition to go through there. But if you start walking around this way and they hear the footsteps, I guess you could hear the gate, but they might try and sneak out and go for your one. On the Ally side, there's the tunnel where the flag is. Most of this, you can get up in it a little bit. So you can't go all the way up, but you can get up a little bit to give yourself a little cover. Nades coming through still might hit you. Here's that side alley to the gate. See how it forms like a square shape around this house. On the other side, though, this is blocked off, even though it looks like you can get there. And this hillside's mostly blocked off, so you're kind of stuck out in the open. So as an Axis player, it's very common for the Axis heavy to hide in here, kind of watch the tunnel, or wait for you to run by, or even kind of like prone here and try and pick your head. If you stand here, you might be susceptible to nades, so a lot of people will be in this back ruins. Um, this goes back out towards the mid flag. This is the chimney area that overlooks the Axis 1. So there's this back alley wall here. So you could sit here and try and poke out, or even sit with the auto and poke out and shoot when you see them cap the flag, or chuck a nade down there. It's a little harder on Axis, where the allies can sit farther back. They can sit here. They can sit on the side. They got a little more room to play, a little more conservative going towards the tunnel. When you got to this side, it's the same thing with the square. You can go out this way towards the white brick house that overlooks mid, the chimney ruin house, or you can take this little grass path that kind of winds over here. This takes you out to that's the railing side where I showed you can kind of sit here. If you have a Garand, or you picked up a K98, you might be able to get some picks from back here, but it's kind of a long way to get through there. In pubs, people go there. I don't know how often you'll really be going there in the match, because when you come out here, it's fairly open. You might be able to get some peeks there, but if you had a rifle, you're probably going to want to try and get up here. And if you have a heavy, there's so much stuff on this side that you can use as cover to crouch behind or to hide. I really don't remember the nade timings for tunnel, but one thing to remember is with these steep angles, when you hit them, they'll ramp up and gain some speed going up the edges, so they'll probably go a little farther than you're anticipating. Get a lot of speed up there. You can also nade over this wall as well, if you know someone's over there, and you can shoot through that wall as well. There's not really low skyboxes. You can nade over the building there pretty effectively. I don't know any crazy nades into the back alley. That one landed on top of the tunnel. You could experiment with the top of that roof. Maybe you could get it to fly over here off the start and hit the roof and chuck it over there. We'll try it one more time. Let's see where that goes. That's getting caught in the skybox. Probably not going to make it over here, but this door doesn't open. In general, that's the layout of the map. This house is called Crack. I would call this red and this white, just to distinguish the different house names. And I would call this Chimney House, or just say Chimney if someone's sitting up here, so you know where to shoot them at. And that's your overview for Flash Classic DoD FC.